Hi, hello, welcome to MedTube. Today we are going to discuss about thorax anatomy. First, the thoracic wall. It extends between the superior thoracic aperture and inferior thoracic aperture. Superior thoracic aperture bordered by first thoracic vertebra, first rib and manubrium. Inferior thoracic aperture bordered by 12th thoracic vertebra, 11th and 12th rib, costal margin and Zipher process. The gap between the ribs are called intercostal space. Now let's discuss about rib cage. It is the bony and cartilaginous structure which surrounds the thoracic cavity. There are 12 pairs of ribs, in which these are divided into true ribs and false ribs. Upper 7 pairs of ribs are known as true ribs or vertebrosternal ribs. The remaining 5 pairs of ribs from 8 to 12 are false ribs. In these false ribs, 8, 9, 10 ribs are joined to next to higher cartilage known as vertebrochondral ribs. Anterior ends of 11 and 12 ribs are free, so called floating ribs. Now let's see the classification of ribs. Thoracic ribs are classified into two types: typical and atypical. Typical are 3 to 9 ribs. Atypical are 1 to 10, 11 and 12 ribs. Now let's start with the typical rib. This is the anterior side and this is the posterior side. This is the head. It has two articular facets separated by crest. Then this is the neck. This is the tubercle, which projects posteriorly from the junction of the neck and consists of two regions: articular facet and non-articular facet. The rib has internal surface and external surface. The rib bends forward just laterally to the tubercle is the angle. The inferior margin of the internal surface is the costal groove. This is the costal cartilage. Now let's discuss about first rib. This is head, neck and the tubercle. The superior surface of the rib is characterized by distinct tubercle called the scalene tubercle, which separates two grooves along the shaft. And this is the costal cartilage. Now the second rib. It is same as the first rib, but the length is twice that of the first rib. Next to the 10th rib. Its head has a single facet for articulation with its own vertebra. Now floating ribs 11 and 12. 11 and 12 ribs are short. Neck and tubercle are absent. The angle and costal groove are completely absent in the 12th rib. Now let's know about sternum. Sternum consists of three major parts. This is manubrium, this is the body, and this is the Zipher process. Now let's start with the manubrium. The superior part of manubrium bears a distinct notch called jugular notch or suprasternal notch. On the either sides of notch, it has articulation site for clavicle. Inferior to it, on the lateral side, has articular site for rib bone. At the lower end has articular demifacets for rib 2. The angle present between manubrium and body called sternal angle of Lewis. Next, the body. It has transverse ridges on the anterior surface. On the lateral margins of sternum have articular facets for ribs 3 to 6. At the inferior end of the body has articular demifacet for 7th rib. Then the Gifford process. It is the smallest part of the sternum.